Yo, what's up, my friends? It's Steve from Straight Fire Picks. We got best bets for NFL Week 3, Thursday night football between the New York Giants and the San Francisco 49ers on Thursday, September 21st, 2023. We're going to have NFL player props, spreads, over-unders, and a same-game parlay here for you today. We got 3 picks that are great value bets for this Thursday night football game. Prime time, guys. If y'all are new to the channel here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. Still on the road to 7,000 subscribers, so make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe for me. Really does help me out a lot. Appreciate you guys. We will also be running a live stream for this game, so be sure to come back for that around game time if you guys want to hang with us. Watch party. We'll have game audio going, stuff like that. It'll be a fun time. So hopefully you guys can come out and join us for that. Those are always a lot of fun. So appreciate you guys all, but let's get after it today. Let's go over our results here from the previous episode. So our last episode was from last Sunday. Action. We ended up going 3-2. Not a bad day overall. Obviously not our best day. We didn't hit any of our parlays either. So we ended up just slightly above break even. Made a very small amount of money, but it was a positive day nonetheless. But we ended up 3-2. We cashed the over in the Lions-Seahawks game. Cashed that easily. That was as advertised. Ended up being a pretty high-scoring affair there. We cashed Trevor Lawrence's under and passing yards as well. We'd love to see that. And we were able to cash the Los Angeles Rams plus 7.5 spread. They got a backdoor cover for us late. It was an absolute miracle, but they did get it. We missed, obviously, on the Jets money line. So obviously it was a bummer. Not Jets money line, Jets spread. We missed on that, but that's okay. We had some great call-outs from our comment cappers, which reminds me, make sure you guys drop your favorite pick down below in the comment section. If you like your pick included in our comment capper section, just be sure to put a star or an asterisk next to your pick, and we'll include your pick in the video if it's. Now for our comment cappers, we had David Cunningham calling the Buffalo Bills minus 7.5 spread and the Ravens money line. We'd love to see that. We had Demetrius Smith calling the Kansas City Chiefs minus 3 and the Giants money line. Cash those. We had Travis Hortman calling Deebo Samuel over 46.5 receiving yards. We had Eric Me calling Gabe Davis over 2.5 receptions. We had Lit Picks calling the Titans money line and the Colts money line. So great calls from our comment cappers. A lot of plus value in there as well. Love to see it, guys. So yeah, let's get after it today. Let's keep this momentum going. Let's get some positive momentum rolling here in the NFL. Got some great picks here for you today. So let's get after it today. We got 3. And then a same game parlay here at the end. All right, let's get after it today. Let's get right into our picks here. And number 1, we're going with Darius Slayton over 34.5 receiving yards here for the New York Giants. Minus 113 odds here on FanDuel. Love this line, guys. By the way, this line is on Bet Rivers at 32.5 for minus 117 odds. Now, I'm saying 34.5 because obviously I like having the conviction behind it, but most people have FanDuel and DraftKings. But if you do have a Bet Rivers account, take it on there. It's at 32.5 on there, which is obviously a much better value. But Slayton last week, guys, he's coming off a game with 3 catches, 62 yards on 6 targets last week versus the Arizona Cardinals in a game that the Giants were playing from behind in. Obviously, I think we could expect more of that this week. The spread is set to 10.5, and obviously the 49ers are a superior team to the Giants. They should win this game. They should win by at least a touchdown or more. So expect the Giants to be throwing the football quite a bit. And this is actually a decent matchup for Darius Slayton. The 49ers, believe it or not, actually do give up quite a few yards to wide receivers overall. Obviously what I'm liking here is, the spread is set to 10.5. Barkley's not going to be there, so they're going to have to rely on this passing game more. 49ers, like I said, they don't defend the wide receiver position particularly well. They've allowed the 5th most receiving yards to wide receivers so far this year, and they allowed the 6th most last year. So this was a struggle for them last year as well. And I think this is the one area in the field where I think the Giants could have some success, is on the outside with these receivers. And I think Slayton, 34.5, very reasonable line for him, especially coming off a nice game last game. Picked them targets up as well. Had 6 targets last week. So I think if we could get 6, 7, 8 targets this week, I think we'll be sitting pretty on this one. So love it there for our number 1 pick, guys. We're going Darius Slayton over 34.5 receiving yards here for the New York Giants. Minus 113 odds here on FanDuel. Okay, and at number 2, we're going Christian McCaffrey over 78.5 rushing yards here for the San Francisco 49ers. Minus 115 odds here on MGM. Love this line, guys. McCaffrey is over in both games so far on the season with logs of 116 and 152. Also had carry logs of 20 and 22. So he's definitely been getting the ball enough this year, and easily over 100 in both games this year. And this is a great matchup again for him. Giants' run defense has allowed the 7th most rushing yards so far this year, and they allowed the 4th most last year. And McCaffrey did go over versus the Giants last year as a member of the Panthers with 102 rushing yards on 15 attempts. So I like seeing that, obviously, as well. McCaffrey, 7 out of his last 10 to this line, including the playoffs. So we like seeing that. Again, like we just talked about with Slayton, the spread is set to 10.5. So obviously the 49ers playing with the league could be running the ball a little bit more here with Christian McCaffrey. And the guy is so dangerous. I mean, he could literally cash this on 1 to 2 carries. This is a guy that could take it the distance. He's got that quickness, that speed, that burst. So he's incredibly dangerous with the football in his hand. And I'm looking for McCaffrey here, to go off versus this Giants defense that has not been too good so far, this year or last year versus the run. So I think McCaffrey could be in store here for a big game, guys. So love it there, guys, for our number 2 pick. We're going Christian McCaffrey over 78.5 rushing yards here for the San Francisco 49ers. Minus 115 odds here on MGM. Okay, and at number 3, our number 3 pick, it's kind of a mix of a game pick, a little bit of a parlay, but we're going with the San Francisco 49ers minus 6.5 alternate spread, parlayed with the Christian McCaffrey anytime touchdown score here for the 49ers. Minus 106 odds here on FanDuel. So what I love here, guys, is, McCaffrey's anytime touchdown prop, in case you guys are wondering, is minus 250 by itself. Now, typically, I wouldn't play that, obviously, by itself. But in this parlay, I really like it. McCaffrey has scored a touchdown in 13 out of his last 16 games with the 49ers, including scoring a touchdown in both games so far this year. So obviously, we love seeing that. That's a pretty high percentage overall. And again, this is an advantageous matchup for him. Giants has allowed the 5th most rushing touchdowns so far this year, and the 11th most last year. So this is a good matchup for McCaffrey. I think he can find his way in the end zone again. Certainly going to have his opportunities. And the 49ers here, as far as the spread goes, have covered this minus 6.5 spread in all of Brock Purdy's home starts. That's 6 out of 6. Now, it does include the Miami game, which technically wasn't a start, but he came in early in that game when Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt. So it's been 6 out of 6 since then in home starts, which obviously I love seeing that. And this is versus a Giants team that, they really shouldn't have any problem with. It's hard for me to see, the Giants hanging in. The books seem to think there's going to be some weirdness in this game, though, because the spread's set to 10.5. Actually seems low to me. And there's juice on. Right now, I'm seeing the juice right now on the Giants plus 10.5, which is interesting. So it's kind of indicating, the books are thinking the Giants might keep this shockingly close. So we'll see what happens, but I think it's safe to take the 6.5, and that's why I didn't want to touch the 10.5, because it looked a little suspicious to me, to be honest with you. I might have been more comfortable taking it at like 13.5, because I'd be like, all right, they're not expecting anything weird to go on here. But obviously, the Giants' loss to me of Saquon Barkley is huge. That definitely takes away an element of their offense that they desperately need. They were already lacking on the offensive side of the ball. Now, they came alive last week in Arizona. Arizona and San Francisco are two completely different defenses, guys. We know this. 49ers obviously much better. But Jones did finally get in some rhythm last week. So could that carry over to this week? I think in the passing game it could. I think the Giants could come out and, could throw the ball around a little bit. That's why I like Slayton to go over. And that's why, I was a little scared to take that 10.5, honestly, because you just don't know. I think on a short week, a lot of crazy things can happen. So, but this 49ers team is much better. They should win by at least a touchdown, guys. That definitely should happen. So, love it there for our number 3 pick, guys. We're going with the San Francisco 49ers minus 6.5 alternate spread, parlayed with the McCaffrey anytime touchdown, minus 106 odds here on FanDuel. All right, guys, it's now time for our risk-free same-game parlay. I'm officially going to put a 1/10 of a unit on this. Definitely think it's worth it. It's plus 996 for our same-game parlay today. 3 legs. We got Daniel. Oh, I didn't even pull it up. I got to pull it up, don't I? I forgot I can't add that in after. Plus 996, though, guys. I love this one. We got Daniel Jones, anytime touchdown scorer. Scored 8 rushing touchdowns since the start of 2022, and part of the thinking is here, guys, is no Saquon Barkley, so they're going to have to get a little bit gimmicky around the goal line. Maybe run a I could definitely see Jones looking to sniff out the end zone, though. Either going play action or quarterback draw, something with Daniel Jones. I think he might be able to find his way into the end zone tonight. I think there's a good chance of that, especially for plus 300 value. I think this is a nice play by itself. But I'm going to use it here on our risk-free parlay. I feel good about our other two selections we got here as well. We got Christian McCaffrey under 4.5 receptions. Under in 7 out of his last 10 games, believe it or not. 2 out of 2 so far this year. He's only had game logs of 3 targets and 5 targets so far this year. So he hasn't really been targeted that much. And the Giants actually don't allow a lot of receptions to running backs at all. They allowed the fewest receptions to running backs in 2022, which I like that. The only reason I'm not playing this as a straight because there's a little bit of juice on it. Minus 162 right now is what I got it at on FanDuel. That's why it's a nice parlay piece. And then finally, we got Daniel Jones, over 211.5 passing yards. Yeah, I think what we mentioned earlier, I think there's some good matchups here. At the Giants should be able to take advantage of the secondary on the outside with the wide receivers. And they're going to be likely playing from behind, and they got a lack of that running game. So I expect Jones to be able to hit this over. He's definitely going to have to hit the over for the Giants to have any shot in this game. Obviously, with no Saquon Barkley. 49ers also allowing the 9th most yards to quarterbacks so far this year, passing yards. So I think overall across the board, it's a solid matchup. I don't think they'll be able to run the ball, so definitely going to have to throw it quite a bit. And I think you could easily get that. So love that for our same game parlay, guys. We're putting a 1/10 of a unit on this. As you can see, to win about a full unit. So that'd be obviously nice if we could do that. So appreciate you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the content. If you did, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. Give us a follow on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter at StraightFirePicks. Also check out our Discord as well. I'll have a link in the description for that. Great way to connect with our community, get new ideas for bets, chatting about sports, and there are a lot of good things going on. So be sure to check that out. Outside of that, make sure you guys remember the stream is tonight as well. If you guys want to come out for that, for our live stream, we'll be streaming on our Twitch side and YouTube side beginning around 8 p.m. Outside of that, appreciate you guys. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. We'll catch you next time. Peace out.